Hi, adventurers. Today we're setting off on a magical journey through the enchanted kingdoms to discover when our beloved princesses celebrate their most special days, their birthdays. The wind is whispering secrets, the castles are sparkling, and surprises are waiting behind every corner. Get ready, because our story begins now. It was a bright morning in the enchanted kingdoms, and a gentle breeze carried whispers of something special. Far away in the heart of the forest, Snow White was busy picking fresh fruits. Suddenly, she noticed a tiny dwarf peeking from behind a tree. As soon as she smiled, he darted away. Curious, Snow White followed him along a winding path until she reached a beautiful garden bursting with flowers. There, all her woodland friends were waiting. A cake and gifts set before them. "Snow White, can't you remember? Today is your birthday, March 6th, they cheered. Her eyes widened in surprise, and the celebration began with laughter and song. Not far away, in the royal palace courtyard, Cinderella was feeding the doves when her fairy godmother hurried past, carrying something sparkling. Intrigued, Cinderella followed her up the grand staircase and into the ballroom. The doors swung open, revealing a dazzling crystal cake shaped like a glass slipper, glittering under golden chandeliers. "Happy birthday, Cinderella. September 6th belongs to you," the fairy godmother declared, and the music began to play. In a blooming palace garden, Aurora wandered among the flowers, humming softly.
This is so funny.
From behind the rose bushes came little giggles. She leaned closer, and the three good fairies popped out, waving their wands. In an instant, the garden transformed into a magical spring wonderland, with petals falling like gentle rain and a glowing cake in the center. "It's your birthday, March 20th, they cheered. Aurora gasped, then laughed in delight as they began to dance. Beneath the waves, Ariel was collecting shimmering seashells when she spotted Flounder swimming away quickly, hiding something behind his fins. She followed him through coral arches until she reached an undersea table covered in shells and pearls. On top sat a seashell cake, glowing with soft ocean light. "Happy birthday, Ariel, October 8th, her friends sang, and dolphins leapt joyfully in the background. In a grand library filled with floating ladders and the scent of old books, Belle was reading by the window when Lumiere called her to follow him. He led her to the center of the room, where enchanted books floated into the air, forming the words, "Happy birthday, Belle." A rose-shaped cake appeared, glowing softly. "Today is May 6th, your special day," the enchanted objects cheered. In the golden city of Agrabah, Jasmine was walking along the palace terrace when Raja nudged her gently toward the garden gates. She opened them and stepped into a courtyard glowing with hundreds of golden lanterns drifting into the sky. Aladdin stood waiting with a jeweled cake in his hands. "For you, Princess Jasmine, September 23rd, he said with a smile. And together they watched the lanterns rise. By the silver blue river, Pocahontas was painting with the colours of the wind when Miko scampered by with a ribbon in his paws. She followed him to a sunlit clearing where her friends had gathered around a cake decorated with leaves and river stones. "December 10th is yours, Pocahontas," they said, and the wind carried the sound of drums and song. In a summer garden filled with dragonflies and blossoms, Mulan was practicing with her sword when Mushu appeared, shouting, "Come quick!" She ran to the courtyard, and the night sky exploded with fireworks spelling her name. A lotus-shaped cake waited on the table. "July 27th, your day to shine, Mulan," Mushu grinned. High in her tower, Rapunzel was painting a mural when Pascal tugged her sleeve. She followed him down the winding stairs out into the kingdom's square. There, hundreds of glowing lanterns floated into the night, and Flynn appeared with a lantern-shaped cake. "It's December 16th, Rapunzel, your birthday," he said, and she laughed in joy.
And so, through the magical kingdoms, each princess's birthday became more than just a date. It became a story filled with joy, friendship, and surprises that will be remembered forever. Now, dear Storytime Adventures, it's time to celebrate. Are you ready to dance and have fun with all our princesses? Let's dance and make magical memories together.